Harper Perennial and Harper Audio present Feather Crowns, a novel by Bobbie Ann Mason. Performed by Kate Udall. 1. Birth, February 26th, 1900. 1. Christianna Wheeler, big as a washtub, and confined to bed all winter with the heaviness of her unusual pregnancy, heard the midnight train whistling up from Memphis. James was out there somewhere. He would have to halt the horse and wait in the darkness for the hazy lights of the passenger cars to jerk past, before he could fly across the track and up the road toward town. He was riding his Uncle Wad's saddle horse, Darkfire. The train roared closer, until it was just beyond the bare tobacco patch. Its deafening clatter slammed along the track like a deadly twister. Christie felt her belly clench. She counted to 8. The pain released. The noise of the train faded. Then the whistle sounded again as the train slowed down near town, a mile away. The contractions were close together now. The creature inside her was arriving faster than she had expected. The first pain had been light, and it awakened her only slightly. She was so tired. She dreamed along, thinking it might be no more than the stir and rumble she had felt for months, or perhaps indigestion from the supper James' Aunt Alma had brought her. "You have to eat," Alma had told her. "That baby'll starve, though by the looks at you I reckon he could last a right smart while. He got fat to spare." "I can't eat butter beans," Christie said. "They're too big." Alma hooted. "The beans is too big. You keep on with them crazy ideas and we'll have to carry you off to the asylum." "Good," said Christie, making a witch face. In late December, when the doctor advised Christie to stay in bed, they talked about moving her back up to Alma's house, where the women could take care of her more easily. But Christie wouldn't go. She had had enough of that place. Too many people under one roof. She said she didn't want her children to be in their way. And she didn't want to be waited on like James' Uncle Boone, who wheezed and didn't work. He believed he had TB. She tried to turn, expecting the pain to come back, but her stomach felt calmer now. Dr. Foote probably wouldn't want to come out this late, she thought, when the clock began to strike midnight. Alma burst through the back door a few moments later. She hurried through the kitchen into the front room where Christie lay. "Lands, here I am again." Alma wore enormous, shapeless shoes and a big bonnet with a tiny gray-leaf figure that resembled mold seen up close. A woman in a blue bonnet followed her into the room. "Hattie Hurt's here," Alma said. She grunted. Her laugh. "It's just like James to run off after the doctor when Hattie was right near. Why, Hattie can dress that baby." "Babies like to meddle with our sleep right off," said Hattie cheerily. "They don't want to come in the middle of the morning like civilized company." She dropped her leather satchel on a chair and hurled off her coat all in one motion. Then she unbuckled the satchel. "Where's Mrs. Willie?" she asked. "She always beats me to a burthen." "She went to Maple Grove to see her daughter and grandchildren, and didn't say when she'd be back," Alma said. "Mrs. Willie told me to take calomel when the pains commenced, but I didn't," Christie said. "You'll feel better when you get this baby out, Christie," said Hattie soothingly. "It's not a baby." "She's talking foolishness again," said Alma. Christie tried to sit up. She was in her front room, or Sunday room. The bed, directly across from the fireplace, was sheltered from the front door by the closed-in stairway to her right. To her left was the kitchen. The door was swung back all
Sample complete. Ready to continue?